All right, Izzy's take on the world. She just had a chocolate break. She's gotten herself like reset and re-energized. So she was asking me to ask more in-depth questions, but after the whole welfare question, she's like, reverse that train. Let's talk about relationships. So, well, let's talk about like one of the most important relationships, that with your parents. So, who do you think is doing a better job at raising you? I'm putting you in the hot seat. Remember who you live with.
I think we all know what the answer to that is.
I mean, yeah, it's you.
So, like, what's one thing that you have always wanted to tell me, or that you think is the most ridiculous thing that I ask of you, that you're like, if I could throw her under the bus, I would throw her under the bus for this?
One thing I could tell, if I could tell you, I can't tell if you're being genuine if not or not sometimes.
No. Oh, you mean like right now? I mean, you mean like always, not right now. No, I'm being serious. Like, I guess give me an example. What do you mean?
Don't talk about it. But anyway, yeah, that's my point. Sometimes I just don't know if you're being genuinely honest or not.
Like in regards to the way you look, or the what I believe in you, or
Yeah, pretty much around that.
yeah. No, I'm always genuine. Like anything I tell you is 100% real. Like if I say I think you're absolutely beautiful and like you could do whatever you want to do, 100%.
So we're not going to talk about Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, how can I trust you after you did all that to me?
I'm sorry. Yeah, like trying to keep you guys in a position of, I guess, innocence and like.
The innocence was gone a long time ago. I know where to vibe. I know things.
You're like, I've already know. No, but I mean, like, well, okay, let's talk about that for a second. Okay, so you know about like sex toys, but at what point did you realize Santa wasn't real?
Like 8.
6.
So there you go. Like, I kept you, you knew more about sex at 8 than you did Santa wasn't real. Technically,
Well,
Saint
it's not
Nicholas
that I didn't know. I kept
is real.
questioning.
Saint Nicholas is real. There was a man named Saint Nicholas, which is the basis. He was a saint. He provided toys to children. I think he was German.
Let me just kind of clarify what I meant is that I guess that's I always kind of thought Santa might be fake, but I never really wanted to question it because I just didn't care at this point. I was like, I'm getting free crap, man. It's like, this is the life.
As long as the gifts keep coming, like as long as my Christmas list gets fulfilled, I don't care who does it. You're like, let them tell me stories about reindeers and North Pole. I like worked really hard at keeping you convinced that Christmas had magic. So do you feel going forward when you have kids that you're going to be like straight up honest with them? Or are you going to keep Christmas as a time of magic?
I think it'd be funny if I just told them, oh yeah, by the way, Santa's not real. So yeah, around Christmas, I'm just going to break the news to them and be like, oh yeah, by the way, Santa's not real. I've been lying to you. That's me.
But do you feel that that's the best for them? Like, I will.
No, absolutely not, but it's hilarious.
Like, for instance, I remember when I was a kid, I honestly think it may have been like 3rd grade, I still believed in Santa. Because my parents told me, right? Like, I trusted them.
You're like, I'm putting my life in your hands.
Right? I was like, and somebody on my school bus told me Santa was a fake. And I was like, no, it's not.
Preposterous.
Like, my parents told me.
Nothing but false accusations. Santa is a prophet, a real man.
Right, and so it was devastating to me when I found out that Santa wasn't real for my friends. Like that we found the toys stashed in the closet kind of situation. Did you have that kind of experience when you found out?
No, I just asked you, yo, is Santa fake? To confirm just to confirm, and you're like, yeah, dude, he's fake. I was like,
It was like,
That's how I found out.
and I
Yeah.
was like, that kind of sucks, because it's kind of nice having something to believe in, but cool, why not? Yeah, it's cool.
so what do you believe in that you have no physical proof
Of,
of?
I don't know, ghosts, paranormal activity, I mean, yeah.
But there are some points of belief, like there's some points of evidence for paranormal activity, right? Like you mean
Yeah, there's some evidence that I could consider factual, but, yeah, sure, ghost,
So you can't really use that as something that you firmly believe in and have no proof of. Because there is some proof. You just have to wonder if you believe in that proof, right? Like some people will be like skeptics, that's what they call them. People that don't believe in the proof that's given.
Yeah, they're
They're like,
like, you know
somebody
what, this
faked
is some false information. Like, that was just a pin dropping. You're just dreaming, honey.
Right, the wind blew the drapes, or the wind knocked over, or the noises we hear above. We know that because we live in a condo. That's not a ghost. That's our freaking neighbor who weighs like seemingly forever, like 1,000+ pounds, and he walks across the floor pounding, and you're just like, wow, why did I live in a condo? Oh, because my ex told me to buy a condo so I wouldn't have to do yard work, which is true. I don't have to do yard work. But anyway, that very long digression. Certain noises isn't actually ghosts. It's noises. But then you have other things that you see and hear, and you're like, maybe, right?
Yeah, some kind of like, possibly.
What thing do you, like, revert back to that kind of made you believe in ghosts?
Nothing really. I was just kind of like, oh, cool, I believe in it. And I was like, and then there's more evidence coming up. It's like, I don't really see any reason not to believe that ghost is fake. It's like, why not?
But I mean, like, what made you think that that's real? Like, what video or
Nope, can't remember.
have you had any experiences with ghosts, or what you thought were ghosts?
Yeah.
What's your experience?
Well, it was what I thought was a ghost, and I had like this candy cane right on my bedroom door, and so I had it kind of open, and like with no force around, like there's no wind, air open, no windows open, no air conditioning. There was no logical thing that could have proven that it wasn't. There was no force. No one was home. I wasn't shaking the door, right?
Okay.
So then it just like started rapidly shaking, like.
So you had a candy cane on the back of your door. Was it like a real candy cane, or was
No,
it
it was like a
paper?
cutout paper candy cane.
Oh yeah, that candy cane.
So you had a paper candy cane hung on the back of your bedroom door, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, without any wind or vibration from, say, our upstairs neighbors, it went, well, wobble, wobble. And you're like,
Yeah, back and forth in between, because it was kind of hanging in the crack of my door, right? So it was right in the middle, and it was just started rapidly shaking, like really quickly. And so then I moved the door, and I put it back to where it was to see if it'd do it again, and then it kept doing it, right? So
you tried to change the position of the candy cane, and it went right back to shaking?
Yep.
Okay, Claire, how about you? Our off-camera sidekick. Have you had any experiences with ghosts?
No.
You've never had any kind of weird...
Well, one time when I was younger, I was eating I was like young. I was like really young, so I was eating yogurt at the table, and then the lamp in my mom's room, like no one was in there. Like me and my mom live alone. We didn't have any animals at the time. The light just randomly turned on.
Huh.
In there, and recently, my mom and her friend were talking about her grandpa, which is dead. Like they weren't cooking anything either. Like, and there was no smoke or like whatsoever. And then their fire alarm just randomly went off while they're talking about her dad.
So, some coincidences in regards to a smoke detector where no one is cooking
Yeah,
went
like,
off.
nothing was cooking. Like no one was smoking or whatever.
And, you know, well, that's kind of interesting because, like, for instance, in regards to your situation, they say ghosts work through electricity. So if you have a battery that's fully charged and then suddenly it goes to zero, yeah, probably Apple's to blame. If you have an iPhone, that's completely explained away by the fact that Apple stinks and their batteries will just randomly decharge and go dead. But outside of the case of having an iPhone, if you have like your lamp flicker and turn off, they say that electricity and things like that, those are signs of ghosts. Paper, however, Izzy, I'm afraid you don't get a lot of ghost stories having to do with paper. Do you want to hear my ghost story?
Sure.
No.
He's like, no, go to the next question. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you.
Because I've heard your ghost stories already.
I'll tell you the one that happened that was, I think, the most creepy for me. Like, I was here alone at our condo, and I didn't realize I was alone. I was in the bathroom. I don't know what I was doing, probably putting on makeup or taking a shower.
That's so like you. Oh.
I know, right? And I came out of the bathroom, and all of a sudden, I heard "Mom" in my ear. Mom. And I was like, Zach, what do you want? And because I thought it sounded like Zach, right? I was like, Zach, what do you want? And I walked around, and I went back to my bedroom right across the hall, and he wasn't there. And I walked to his room, and I was like, he wasn't there. And then, like, a few minutes later, Tom and Zach come into the house with you. There was no one here. I didn't realize it. And I literally heard someone say, Mom, in my ear.
When was this?
It was almost 10 years ago. And I had that happen one other time.
When?
After 10 years. I think it was more of like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Yep. So, Mom was in my ear. It was very creepy. Because I really thought it was Zach.
Every 5 years, the ghost just like, hey, girlie, so you know how I like saying Mom in your ear? Well,
here I am. I'm just wanting you to know, Mom.
like, by the way, MOM.
What do you want? Well, it's kind of really, really, really creepy because, like, we have people that
It is, because I'm not your mom. It's like, you're adopted then. I didn't want you from the start, by the way. Sorry, not sorry. You were never wanted here.
Like, yeah, ghost, whatever. I'm not your mom. I don't have another kid. But no, what was creepy is that, okay, the people that live upstairs now are the kid and his wife of an older woman who used to live here. And she had another son. And initially, I didn't realize this, but she told me at one point that her son, around the age of 18, committed suicide.
You told me about that.
He hung himself upstairs. So they say ghosts tend to occur when you have some kind of tragic, unexpected death, and especially when it's suicide. So I have to wonder if the mom in my ear is from...
So the ghost just decided, you know what, where I hate myself, let's go back to that place, like, you know.
Well, like, they say ghosts are energy. Like, it's not that, you know, that's what they say, and that's why they say that ghosts impact energy, like drain batteries and stuff like that, and can make lights flicker and smoke alarms go off.
I feel like if a ghost was making my light flicker, it's like, you know what, let me tell you something, sit down, honey. I don't have time for this. Like, stop messing with the light. I need that to see. It's like, I'm trying to make my way down the hallway without falling, thank you very much.
Like, do something beneficial. Like, hey, ghost.
Cook a steak or something. Like, I don't know.
Do
If
something helpful around the house.
Right, like, hey, ghost, by the way, could you give me the winning lottery numbers? I mean, seriously? If you're
If you are powered through electricity, then vacuum the floor. Like, I don't know. Stop being a waste of space and do something with your life.
Get back to work, ghost.
I mean, you already have enough time. You're dead. So at least put time. At least put some use. Be of some use. Stop wasting my time in electricity. Well, at least waste, like, I don't know, vacuum the floor. I don't know, mop. Do something.
That's so funny. All right, so we'll move on from the spiritual, like,
Continue.
ghost stories. So, though this video is almost technically at the limit, what other thing do you feel as far as a relationship is concerned that if you could tell somebody something that you really wanted them to know, like if you have a friend or a family member that you're just like, you want to get this off your chest, what would you say? Who would it be to?
I'm not gonna say who it would be to, but I'd tell him stop waking me up, like at 3 a.m. because I'm gonna be ticked off. I'm sleep deprived. So, yeah, and stop being so loud at 3 a.m.
Who's up at 3 a.m.? What?
Friends of mine.
Okay, I was gonna say it's not me, Isabel Rose. I'm asleep by 2.
I'm gonna just say who it is now. Claire and Allison. Shows a little bit of respect and let me sleep.
Like at 3 a.m. They're waking
We gave
up.
you the option to sleep in my room.
It's cold in there.
Turn on the heater. It's not that hard.
Oh,
It
so
heats
this is
up
a
fast.
sleepover.
Yeah, no, but most of the sleepovers, before you even had the heater, though, you kept doing it, so it's still pretty rude. Either
Yeah,
way.
We also gave you the option when you were over yesterday, and you didn't do that. You could have turned on the heater and slept in my room, but you didn't.
Yep.
So that's on you.
It still was pretty disrespectful. Before you mentioned that option, you still were loud. So, I mean, again, to sum it up, it's a matter of respect. Like, I'm not loud when you guys are sleeping.
We mentioned it before you even were going to bed.
Do unto others as I,
You would do unto you.
So, like how I treat you is respect when you're sleeping. Just, what goes around comes around.
So sleepover, some drama with sleepovers. Like Izzy needs her sleep. She needs her beauty sleep. She's gotta get.
Well,
this
you know
much
what
as
I'm like in the morning
possible.
while I'm waking up? Because I'm about to slam your head into the desk next time you try to pull that crap, man.
Wow. Ouch.
Maybe not do that, actually. That's maybe a little bit over dramatic, but just to get my point across, don't pull that crap anymore.
We don't
I
have
respect
a
you,
desk.
you respect me.
We don't have a desk.
So Izzy needs her beauty sleep. That's the bottom line. She's like you're pretty. Like this is pretty late for you. Like you go to bed at like a ridiculously early hour.
Yeah, so all I ask is a little respect,
Well, here's the thing though. Like let's look, like roll that train back around and look at like you're going to a sleepover. If you're in the living room where it's a public space where people gather, then is that on you or them?
That's a valid point, but again, this was at like 12 to 3 a.m., right? So even then, it's like, is that really...
It's kind of like, your brother and I used to get into arguments, like, because I'd take my phone conversations into the living room, and he would be trying to watch TV, and then I would tell him, like, hit pause on your show, or turn your TV show off. This is the age before DVRs, so you couldn't rewind it. And he'd get really mad, like, why are you having your conversation here? You're on a cell phone. And I'm like, it's my house. I want to have a conversation where I want to have a conversation. And he's like, but there's the TV out here. And I'm like, well, go watch your TV in your room, blah, blah, blah. It went back and forth. So I'm saying, yes, you have a valid point. And I'm also saying your brother, maybe like 10 plus years ago, had a valid point. Like, this is a public space. Living room area is like, not your room. So if you want good sleep, take it to a place where you're expected to sleep versus...
Yeah, but also, like, at our house, like, how they're super loud and disrespectful in my bedroom. So it's like, it didn't matter, no matter where I was, it's still...
So you feel like they would follow you back into the bedroom if you had gone back to the bedroom?
No,
You
my
just
point
make
is, no
us
matter
sleep in
where
the
we...
living room.
Yeah, no, my point is, no matter where I would have been, they still won't have been rude and disrespectful, it's... So, all I'm saying is I respect you, you respect me. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I ask for. Just if I can respect you and you sleep, right? All I ask is for that same respect.
Okay, it's a valid point, but I also will ponder, I'll put out there that you maybe need to take your sleep into a private area, not into a public domain, like a living room.
But I've also had that happen where I was like, I left their bed, those two were in the bedroom, and I left, and then they came out into the living room.
Okay, so wherever you are.
They follow.
Just like you.
I know, and
You're
I think
the
that's
leader.
very sweet, right?
Well, where else are we supposed to go?
Well, it's like, it's just like, I'm like out here respecting y'all sleeping. So
you
it's
just
like,
need to drug your friends, Izzy. Like, give
you
them
know
some
what?
sleep.
Apparently, I think
Like-
I need to, because they won't shut up.
You need to give
It's not that I don't love you, but there's a time and the place, and 12 to 5 a.m. is not the place.
You're
That's
like,
the
yeah,
place.
you're me. Like, I used to go to slumber parties. Well, like the 2 slumber parties I was invited to, and I could not stay up late. Like midnight, and I'm done. And so I'd get the toothpaste in my hair because that's what, in our age, people would do. Is like, like magic marker your eyebrows and yeah, toothpaste on your palm to see. So the first person asleep would get the pranks. That was me. I would do it. I'd fall asleep. So you could they could put your hand in a bowl of water because they say if you put your hand in a bowl
You'll
of water,
pee.
you'll pee,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I didn't pee.
Just to let us
Just
know.
to let you know.
Oh, by the way, I did not urinate I did not urinate while wearing
that
clothing.
prank did not work. But the toothpaste in the hair, that was a bit of a pain, I won't deny. Especially when you have Hermione hair.
Yeah, so anyway, my pet peeve is when
When you're trying to sleep, you need your beauty sleep, I guess.
Yeah, so that's one of my biggest pet peeves. But also is when people take credit for things they didn't do. It's like,
Well, amen to that. Right? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Commence if you have it.
I'm not spilling tea.
All right, we're going to wrap this video up because we're way over time. But any final words?
Don't wake me up while I'm sleeping. Ticks me off. Like, really badly. Biggest pet peeve. Now you know. Now that I've told you, I expect you not to wake me up because when my mama used to do that, I'll tell you that story later. But yeah, you know what happened when you woke me up and I didn't get my sleep.
Yes, amen. Her mornings and going to school, geez, I needed to have full body armor when I had to wake us. Kindergarten, it turned into the actual mom's going down, I'm not even kidding. It's this is gonna hurt. And I'm like, I don't want to wake you up either, but you have to go to school, so
Okay, anyway.
yeah.
You can tell her the stories of what happened.
She's always been that way. I hate to say it, but
No, but
at
it's
least you
true.
haven't
I'm
kicked
fully
you.
going to admit it. I'm going to be super rude if you wake me up and I haven't gotten my sleep. I don't care who you are or how much I love you. You're going to get crap for it. You're going to get absolute crap for it because I like sleeping and I like to get at least 8 hours of sleep, right? A healthy amount of sleep.
yeah.
And when that is messed up, I'm enraged, infuriated. It is.
I think that's genetic, honestly. I mean, we're keeping this video going for a little bit further, but yes, if somebody would wake me up at this particular point in sleep, I would be psycho witch. I'd be like, where's the axe? Who's going down for this? So I have to wonder. If
Someone has to pay.
Right. I mean, and honestly, it was you kids when you were little. I was trying to get you guys to sleep, and instead I would fall asleep, and then you guys would get up, and I'd be so angry because I was tired, but you guys needed to take the nap, but I'd fallen asleep, but now I had to get up, and it became you're lucky you're 3 and you can run away.
You're lucky you're skinny and get exercise. No, you're lucky you get exercise because now is your chance to put that exercise to use.
Right.
Run, little piggies.
You have woken the demon, Mom.
Yeah, no, when you wake me up, don't wake me up. That's in the story. because you will also awaken the demons that reside within me.
That's right.
Yeah,
Like,
didn't we do that to Lyric though?
Thank God Lyric is not as bad as us. No, not as bad as me and her, because
yeah.
So,
Yeah, genetically, if you wake us up during a certain time of the night, you might as well like just sign your own death warrant because.
yeah. So now you know, Clara. Take this as a warning.
Yeah,
And
I
you
don't know. I
t-
don't know
I'm
why.
not taking it as a warning.
Oh, you're gonna regret that later. I'm so sorry to tell you. I will try to be. That was me being nice to you though yesterday. That was me being nice. Like the fact that I didn't go off on you is something you should be grateful for. Cause I was about
Izzy
to
was about to
lose
take
it.
it down.
You know what's funny? So we were throwing pillows at you too.
I'm a heavy sleeper. That's why I hate being woken up. Cause when I am woken up, it's like, yeah, I don't do that crap to you. Show me a little respect. It's just,
Yeah, I understand.
We did that to Lyric. So
So yeah, it's all fun and games until you're the one who's being awoken from a dead sleep.
Anyway, I guess we should probably end this now.
All right, everybody, have a good night. On that note, sleep well.
no.